welcome to a very special edition of Backstage with Boria with someone who has just won one of the most important tournaments in the chess calendar, twice beating Magnus Carlsen. Fantastic performance from Prague, needless to say. So Praggnanandhaa joins me on this special show. Prag, many congratulations. Wanted to speak to you straight after Norway. Now that you've settled down a bit, look back, 18 points, last four games, incredible. Magnus Carlsen says this can be as clutch as it can possibly get. So incredible praise coming for you from every quarter. Talk to me about the performance in Norway.
Mm, yeah, it was a great performance for me. It certainly will rank on um, top of my like victories. So it is special for many reasons, and especially coming back from being in the last place after round six to winning it after round 10 is something that hasn't happened often. So that uh, I would say that this is like one of my best victories.
And twice beating Carlsen, very rarely people do that.
Y- yeah, that will also add on to it. But for me, the tournament victory stands more than that. Like I think,
Of course.
uh, yeah, that's more special to me. But of course, in the course of doing it, beating Magnus twice is also extremely special.
When sort of Magnus is still the yardstick in that sense. I mean, to beat him twice in one competition, I understand, obviously. I mean, ultimately, the tournament victory and that to like Norway will rank higher. But can you talk to me a little bit about beating Magnus twice back to back? What does it take? Because mentally, also, it must be a huge challenge. Playing him, beating him twice, what does it take? Give me a little bit more insight on playing Magnus and beating him twice.
Yeah, I think uh, in my opinion, I think he's still the best. If you take his results from last 1 year, I think he has played less number of classical events, but he has still won them. Like he played Norway last year, he won that. He played the Sigaman tournament where players like Nordberg, Arjun, and other strong players were playing. He won that. And he has been winning all these rapid events, rapid and blitz online, like everything he has been playing well. So I think he's still like doing really well. It's just that this one tournament didn't go his way, but whenever I play him, I'm always excited to play him, and I think that brings the best out of me also. Um, and we always end up having some interesting game and interesting fight. So and that's something that I always enjoy. So I always look forward to play him, and specifically these two games, I think we were trying to beat each other. So we ended up uh, having a lot of fight in the game. But also, I think the game quality overall in both the games, till we had like time on the clock, I think we were playing well. So that's something to take away from these two games as well.
I was reading him saying that about you, that what defines you is the fight. That perhaps is the quality that stood out. Otherwise, winning four back-to-back matches, winning the competition, and he speaks about that at length in one of his conversations about you. That how much of it is mental, Prague, at the end of round six, and then to win back-to-back and win the tournament. Uh, Tell me a little bit about that aspect of Praggnanandhaa, and have you worked on that this aspect of fight and your support team as well, the role of Vaibhav, the role of Ramesh sir, all of these people, the entire support team who have backed you, because the transformation in that sense. Give me a detailed insight on them as well.
Yeah, no, it's coming from Magnus. It's certainly great because I think, if you see his games, he rarely has some early draws. He's always there trying to fight. If he sees even a smallest of chance, he'll try to squeeze it out. So he's someone that is like the best at doing this. So it's always an inspiration to me in that. Uh, but I mean, as you said, like I think this fight, trying to fight in every game is something that is important, and that's something that I usually don't do so much. Like sometimes I'm also like holding myself back, which is not great. Like I should just um, you should just play freely and like fight in every game. I think that's the best attitude, and I think this also comes out when you don't like attach yourself too much to the result. Like I think uh, if I look back after losing two in a row, it is an ideal situation to just go there and say I have a white today. I'll stop the losing streak. I'll just make one draw, and try to get back to the tournament. But as we saw, like for the tournament situation, it was important for me to fight and try to uh, get a win, which happened. So um, I think it's about like mindset and so on. Like it's something that I'm still trying to learn. But certainly, like this experience certainly will help me to try and adapt this sort of mindset in every tournament. I think it's important. Doesn't matter what situation in the tournament you are in, what sort of if it's like a tournament is going good for you or bad for you, you still have to, I think, fight in every game. Try to squeeze out the maximum in every single game. So, yeah, it's also a learning process for me. Like I'm trying out different things. I think every tournament is different. You have different mindset. The way you approach the tournament is different. So, I'm also trying to experiment in these ways and try to see in which way I can get the best out of me. But I think I should also thank my team. I think they have always been supportive, even when the things were going hard. Last few months certainly didn't go my way, but my team was always there, supportive, and they were working really hard. My seconds, of course, Vaibhav, and the other two French boys, who we revealed a few days back, and also, of course, mainly Ramesh sir, he has been there. For me, for last 12 years, we have been working together, and he's always there. We talk a lot about these things like the mental aspect and um, trying to experiment with different mindset and trying to see which one works for me. And yeah, certainly they have played a huge role in my journey so far.
And this you mentioned Vaibhav. This Vaibhav and Vaibhav have become quite a talking point based on your comments. Vaibhav Surya and Vaibhav Sooryavanshi. Thoughts on that?
No, it's funny. I think it was here we were discussing that randomly. I think it was like one of the matches he scored really well, and then suddenly like we were talking about Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, and he was mentioning about how if you search like Vaibhav Soorya and you end up searching like the top name that comes is Vaibhav Sooryavanshi because everyone is looking for him. I mean, it's amazing what 15-year-old kid can do. So I think yeah, I think it's just a joke that we were discussing about. But yeah, coming to Vaibhav, yeah, it's been a huge support for me. Like when he's in the tournament, he's also like uh, yeah. I mean, as I mentioned in my tweet, he also like does other things for me like. Goes to like supermarket sometimes and gets something. So it's just that he takes care of, and like he does all these like little things which I always bother him with. But he's a really nice person to be around, and I'm grateful for him to be there in the team.
Tell me something on a serious note. I mean, you mentioned 15-year-old kid doing great things. You also are a teenage prodigy. I mean, and the question I want to ask, I mean, when I take a look at Gukesh, his world championship, when I see Abhinav Bindra talking about winning an Olympic gold and then finding very difficult to deal with success. In your case, I see huge achievement at a tender age of 17, 18, 19. There is so much talk on Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, so much coming too fast, too soon. How difficult is it to deal with success, Prag, at such a young age? And if you have to say something to Sooryavanshi, because again, you have been there at the top of your sport at a very, very early age, what is it that you will say?
No, when I look back at myself, like a few years back, I mean, the main thing is that just I'll probably say that don't bother about whatever people are saying. Just be yourself, and whenever you're playing the game, just enjoy it. This is something that's always the best. Um, just be yourself, and I mean, don't worry too much about what what's happening like around like social media and so on, um, and just enjoying whatever it's been doing, and especially like when I see how he plays, it's just amazing. It inspires because um, when he's out there, yeah, he's just smashing the best bowlers out there. That shows us that he's just fearless, and I think that's something that everyone should learn from him. That he's just uh, he doesn't care who his opponent is and tries to play the same way that he'll play. So yeah, it's amazing to see.
But yeah, and that's the question. I mean, did you find it too difficult to deal with success, Prag? Because it's all happening so fast.
Yeah, I think you need some experience to adjust to it because I mean, I did remember when I was trying to become the youngest grandmaster, I was feeling a lot of pressure. But once I couldn't break the record, I managed to become GM in like few months. So yeah, this pressure from outside or like all these things, pressure that comes with success, and all these things are part of the game and something that you should learn to learn to deal with. And I think this comes from experience. But the main thing is to not worry about what others say on social media, and all these things is something that's not important when you're out there playing your game. When you're playing the game, it's just you. Then it's about you showing your best. So these things shouldn't affect the decisions you make on the board, or like
Mhm.
when he's batting, the decisions he makes. So I mean, I can see that it's. I mean, so far it doesn't look like he's taking any pressure. So he should just be himself and just enjoy the moment and enjoy whatever he's doing.
One more critical question, Prag. I mean, Satwik and Chirag mentioned this about a month back when India won the Thomas Cup, that we don't accord recognition to other sports as much as it should have. Thomas Cup, almost the world championship of their sport. India won a bronze. We were hardly a few people like us, Revsportz and some other platforms who celebrated. Not much talk. And I've spoken to Chirag and Satwik multiple times since. I will say the same in shooting. Isha Singh winning the Munich World Cup with a world record. Ronak and I and Isha, we did an interview within 10 minutes of that. And the same thing was discussed, that how much of it is being talked about. Can I ask you the same one? I mean, you won Norway, one of the most important competitions in chess. But on that day, selection happened, and how much of it was talked about? I know there was some fanfare. I know you've said that you were busy with felicitations and all, and you met the CM, played a game, etc. But do you also feel that this recognition debate in India, it is time that other sports that day, for example, are you okay with what we did with the Norway event? And also about what Satwik Chirag and the shooters said. Is the recognition debate something that we need to address in India?
See, I think from what I see in chess, um, it is growing. People are paying more attention to it. But when you compare it with, for example, cricket, it's probably not there yet. And it'll take some time. I think uh, it's understandable because what people consume is what is being given out there, what is being like popularized. So in India, I think uh, every household knows about a little bit about cricket. So it's not surprising that that's being uh, that gets a lot of attention and all these little things. Um, I can see like what Satvik and Chirag were mentioning, and I think it makes sense. Like you have to, we're also doing a lot of things, and we would love to have more recognition and attention. But personally, for me, like chess is being recognized now. Like I can see that last few years, like last like since the lockdown, chess has been growing stage, and more people, especially in India, are like following it, um, are knowing more about it. So I would say that's a good sign. But of course, I think as a player and as a fan of chess myself, I would want it to become bigger. But it always takes time. All these things, to get more and more attention, it takes time. But ideally, yeah, I think any sport where Indian is performing well, I think should be celebrated. And all these upcoming players from different sport, it can be anything. I think, yeah, should be celebrated and you know um, should be recognized. I think that's the thing that every sportsman wants.
Last couple of questions, Prab. One, your sister will play the World Championship final. I mean, she's been stellar in the last few months in the way she has had her performances. Great family in that sense. I mean, you doing very well, Vaishali doing very well. Is there any talk that you will work closely with her or help her in any way as she prepares for the World Championship? Do you guys talk about it? Your thoughts on Vaishali, and how do you kind of in the next few months will you be helping her or working with her in any way?
I mean, as a brother, I'm always there for her. I mean, we discuss everything that happens. So, I don't see it like, I mean, before Grand Swiss, I was discussing with her before Canada. So all these things, I'm always there for her, and she's always there for me to discuss. So like we discuss a lot in general. So I think it'll be similar. I mean, whatever required, I'll always be there for sure. So, but the match is still a bit far. So I think she has like other tournaments she'll focus on. I think so. But I think everyone in our family has a somewhere in back of our mind, we always have that one thing. So yeah, that's the goal that she's working towards, and hopefully everything will go well in that regard.
Last one, Vaishali will play the World Championship. Mukesh will defend the crown. It's not gone well for Gukesh recently, but then a male contender, a female contender, you winning Norway. Uh, when I see the entire domain of Indian chess, Arjun doing well, uh, clearly, Gary Kasparov's statement about Anand's children, the role and impact of Viswanathan Anand, because I was having a conversation with Aruna day before yesterday about this, and clearly this is the golden generation, and we have to agree that this is the best we've had in chess. We are dominating chess. Maybe we'll dominate chess in the next few years. Your thoughts about the Anand impact, and do you agree that this is the golden generation?
I think chess is whatever that is because of Anand sir. Like if there was no Anand sir, there is no chess in India. I think we I started personally playing chess when he was the world champion. I still remember the days when like he arrived in Chennai after winning the world champion. Like I was there. We were taken from the school to see him come home after winning the world championship. So all these, I think, inspire inspire the whole generation. I think me, Gukesh, and we all grew up and we all started playing chess when he was the world champion, and he certainly inspired all of us. So um, yeah, I think everything what chess is should be credited to Anand sir. And uh, coming to like the generation, yeah, we are doing really well overall. Gukesh is the world champion. Arjun has crossed 2800. My sister is going to play the world championship. Divya has won the World Cup. Nihal is also on the rise. He's somewhere close to like 27, 30. So, yeah, everyone is doing really well. And yeah, and we also won the Olympiad. So we are doing really well in chess. And um, I mean, I hope it just continues and keeps growing from here as well.
I'll leave it at that, Prag. I'll leave it at that. I mean, many congratulations once again on winning Norway. I mean, most importantly, the consistency at the top is clearly showing to beat Magnus twice, to beat the top players, four matches on the trot. History created kind of. Your sister doing outstandingly well as a family, incredible. I mean, brother, sister doing phenomenally well in chess, and the larger story, the macro story, whether it's Gukesh, whether it's Arjun, whether it's Divya, whether it's winning Olympiads, whether it's everybody. So that kind of gives me enormous joy that this is one sport where India is absolutely dominant in the world at this point in time, and that impact of Vishwanathan Anand can never be underestimated. So Great story. Chess is an Indian story. I just hope that there is more recognition coming your way, like we just discussed. And when you search a Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, people should search a Praggnanandhaa or a Vaishali as well. That's when we become a multi-sport nation. I understand cricket will take the bulk of the pie, but if you want to aspire to be a multi-sport nation, that's the way forward. Praggnanandhaa, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you joining me, and all the very best for the upcoming tournaments and for your career. Appreciate you joining me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.